We're taking a closer look at the Indiana Fever's protection list and why it's sparking major debates. From the untouchable stars to the toughest decisions, we'll break down the players on the bubble, analyze the stats, and discuss the risks that could shape the franchise's future. The spotlight is on Caitlyn Clark and Alia Boston. These two are no-brainers to protect. But the real challenge comes with Kelsey Mitchell's contract situation, and it could make or break the Fever's strategy. Let's dive into the tough choices ahead. But before further proceeding in video, please support us by subscribe to our channel for daily basketball updates.
We are going to be talking about who the Indiana Fever will protect.
Why the Fever's protection list has become such a hot topic. We've got inside access to who's been included, who's been left off, and who's barely hanging on. We'll break down the statistics, the potential, and the risks for each player. By the time you're done reading, you'll understand why some beloved fan favorites may be bidding farewell to Indiana. Prepare yourself for tough decisions and big surprises. As you step into the Fever's front office, two names will immediately grab your attention: Caitlyn Clark and Alia Boston. These are more than just players, they are the pillars of Indiana's future. Naturally, they're untouchable. Let's take a closer look at why these two are non-negotiable.
There's no need to go too much detail on protecting Caitlyn Clark and Alia Boston.
Let's talk about Caitlyn Clark. Can you even believe that her rookie season hasn't begun yet? But here's the thing, her influence is already monumental. Have you seen her college stats? Clark is rewriting records. Her scoring ability is off the charts, and her court awareness is extraordinary. It's like she sees the entire game unfold before it even happens.
As a player, let's understand this about Caitlyn Clark. #1 overall pick, on pace to become the first rookie ever to average at least 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. But she also leads the league with 5.4 turnovers per game, 1.3 more than any other player in the league.
However, it's not only about the numbers. Clark has that it factor, the type of charisma that draws fans in early just to watch her warm up. Her jersey sales are off the charts, and she hasn't even played a WNBA game yet. That's the kind of star power that can completely change the trajectory of a franchise. If you have made this far, please make sure to subscribe to our channel for more updates. So let's back to the topic.
Clark and the Fever currently lead the WNBA in average game attendance and per game TV viewership.
Everything the Fever's building. Do they go all in on youth and potential, or protect experience at the cost of future growth?
Either way though, we're going to talk about it right here.
Can she really live up to all the hype in the professional league? This is where it gets interesting. Experts agree that not protecting Clark would be a massive mistake for the Fever. That's how confident they are in her ability to dominate at the next level.
Caitlyn Clark, if they somehow did not protect Caitlyn Clark and let her go to Golden State, it would be the dumbest thing in the history of basketball.
It's not just her on-court skills. Clark's popularity is skyrocketing, with her social media following growing rapidly. She's not just a player, she's turning into a cultural icon. The Fever aren't merely protecting a player, they're safeguarding the franchise's future, both on the court and off it. Next up, Alia Boston. Her first year in the league was just a preview of what's to come. Boston demonstrated flashes of brilliance that had Fever fans dreaming of championship glory. Her advanced metrics paint a picture of a player poised to make a huge impact in this league.
Also being protected is Alia Boston. Obviously. There's no need to go too much detail.
What sets Boston apart is her adaptability. She can defend the rim, dominate in the paint, and even stretch the floor with mid-range jumpers. But what really makes her special is her basketball IQ. Boston reads the game with the precision of a seasoned veteran, always in the right spot at the right.
There is a zilch, 0.000% chance that either of these are going to be, they're gonna get rid of them.
Clark and Boston aren't just dominant on the court, their jerseys are flying off the shelves faster than the Fever can stock them. It's no longer just about basketball. It's about building a brand, creating a culture, and establishing a winning legacy in Indiana.
The Fever get it's the pick and roll, screen and roll action between Aaliyah and Caitlyn that has really worked. When Boston did a Q&A, she said She likes that play the most because she trusts the reads that Caitlyn is going to make out of it. And Aaliyah is such a smart player as well. You can see her read the floor. You can see her read the situation as well, because she knows now she has to play at a faster pace in order to succeed with Caitlyn Clark.
So, why are Caitlyn Clark and Alia Boston completely safe from the expansion draft? The answer is simple. The Fever would rather end the franchise than let these two go. They are that valuable. They're not just players, they are the foundation of what could be a dynasty.
These are two of the most sought-after players in the WNBA, probably have two of the highest trade values in the W.
But things get complicated from here. With Clark and Boston locked in, the Fever now face difficult decisions ahead. Who else makes the cut? The real challenge is only just beginning, and the pressure is on to build a winning team around these two superstars.
Third, core and protect Kelsey Mitchell.
When you thought the tough decisions were over, a new challenge arises. Kelsey Mitchell's contract situation is not just a puzzle, it's a game-changing issue for the entire franchise. One move could define or destroy the Fever's future.
I don't have any idea, absolutely any idea, whether or not this is the coring is the seventh protected player or not.
You look at Kelsey Mitchell's name on the board, and you see a free agent. But there's a secret weapon in the Fever's arsenal, the core designation. Think of it like a franchise tag in the WNBA. It's a power play that could keep Mitchell in Indiana, but at what cost? Let's discuss why Mitchell is so crucial. She's been the heart and soul of this team for years. Her scoring is exceptional. She can put up 20 points on any given night, and her leadership is the glue that keeps this team together. You can't put a price on that kind of influence.
And Kelsey Mitchell, who I think has weathered the storm of Indiana Fever basketball.
Rumors suggest that the Fever are aiming to retain Mitchell as a free agent, with a decision expected after 2026.
If you haven't done your core years, you can't be cored 2 consecutive years. So what I'm guessing is that she's going to be a Fever next year, and she's probably exploring free agency so that she's kind of an idea of who she wants to sign for in 2026, or if she really wants to go, is going to be traded.
Why not just protect her without the core designation? Here's the problem. If they don't core Mitchell, she could leave for nothing. Imagine losing your best player and getting nothing in return. That kind of mistake can haunt a franchise for years.
Either way, you are not going to not protect her and let her walk to the Valkyries. You're not going to do that. You are not going, because she could be gone to the Valkyries before free agency. Like, you are not going to ignore the ability to core her and just let her walk to Golden State.
So, how could Kelsey Mitchell's contract situation change the entire future of the Fever? It all comes down to the consequences. If they core her, they lock up a large portion of their salary cap, which means less room for other players, less flexibility in free agency, and hard choices about who to keep. But if they don't core her, they risk losing their franchise player, the face of the team. Picture Mitchell thriving on another team while the Fever struggle to replace her. That's a nightmare scenario for any GM.
Because if she is available, Golden State will take her, obviously, as the unrestricted free agent. Same with the Aces and Kelsey.
If the Fever commit big money to her, who else can they afford? Will they have to let go of promising young talent to make the numbers work? Or do they gamble and hope Mitchell stays loyal without the core tag? The clock is ticking, and the pressure is mounting. Mitchell's future is not just about her, it's about the future of the entire franchise. Will the Fever go all in on their star player, or will they risk losing her to build a more balanced roster? This is the kind of decision that defines great teams.
Into the first 28 for the Sky. Mitchell from up top. Keeps it at a 2-point game.
71-69, 5:13 left in regulation. Mitchell tries to answer with a long-range jumper of her own, and she's starting.
Will the Fever go all in on their star or risk losing her for nothing? The next moves will determine the direction of the franchise, balancing loyalty to their top players with the need for long-term success. It's decision time for the Fever's front office. It was all for today. Thanks for watching.